What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, I want to give you a quick update on what's happening with Shiba Inu's price because it is falling somewhat fast, leaving a lot of investors wondering what in the world is going on. So I'd like to explain what's happening and what I'm doing as a result. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all and let's get straight into it. Now guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade a little bit of Shiba Inu on up to 25x leverage, you can use that link to Margex down below. Guys, I keep tens of thousands of dollars on this platform because this is where I do the vast majority of my trading. You don't need to KYC. You don't even need to use a VPN. You can literally just sign up and start trading, and they're going to give you up to $10,000 in bonuses and rewards if you use my link down below. So make sure you do go check that out and let me know what you think. Now, looking at Shiba Inu, guys, what we have been talking about in the last few videos was the fact that a pullback was likely. I told you all, listen. We just saw Shiba Inu's price run into the moment of truth. This is when things were going to get real, where we, of course, ran all the way up to our second up, of course, so our second resistance zone up here. And I told you, look, there's a chance that Shiba Inu is going to run into this resistance and have to come back towards the downside. And if that is the case, I'll update you on exactly what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, and what I'm doing next. And what we can see here is that's exactly what happened. We hit that previous point of resistance, got rejected down off of it. Now we're down about 6 to 7% in the last couple hours. And of course, I want to let you know why I don't think this is a big deal, why it's normal, natural, healthy, and it's actually probably a pretty good thing. So looking at Shiba Inu, what you have to understand is that the thing just had a massive breakout. We, of course, not only had a massive breakout of this descending structure that we had been in since March of this year, but we also broke out of this inverse head and shoulders that we had been forming since June of this year. And so in moments in which you have these massive breakouts of these resistance points, you gotta understand that it's gonna do something called a back test. Now, a back test is quite simple, and what that looks like is that you have a key resistance point. Let's say this is $100,000 for Bitcoin or something like that, right? And what happens is that Bitcoin's price goes up to it and it runs into it, maybe comes back down, goes back up and runs into it, then breaks above it. What's extremely likely is that Bitcoin's price is going to come back down and retest it, or do what's called a back test. Now, the reason that this happens is because oftentimes these areas act like these liquidity zones act like magnets, basically. So when you're below it, it's going to magnetize you up towards it. When you're above it, you're going to get magnetized back down towards it. And what will happen is that your investors, of course, will try to flip that point of resistance into some support and use that support to continue upwards. This is when you want to see the bulls step in because they won this battle for this resistance point and they want to basically flip it into their territory. And so in moments like this, when we're looking at something like Shiba Inu, you got to understand that this is normal. When you flip a major point of resistance like this and you have all this liquidity that you just broke through, the bulls are going to want to flip this into their territory. They're going to want to turn this into some support that they can then use to press back towards the upside. And so in a moment like this, whenever its price is coming back down, you can't be stressing. This isn't a time to stress out. Guys, you're going to see more pullbacks and more crazy shit than you've ever seen in your life during a bull market. If we go back to the last bull market, I mean, look at this. Like, this isn't even a good example. Let's go to Bitcoin just to show you, okay? We're going to go to Bitcoin and then we're going to go back to the last bull market. Let's go to 2021, okay? I mean, look at this. Like honestly, look, right? Look how many times we had a 30-40% drawdown there, 30-40% drawdown there, over and over and over again. Like, you're gonna see these moments when you're working your way up through these resistance zones that you're gonna flip them into support and go up and flip it into support and go up and flip it into support. That's normal. And so in a moment like this, you can't be stressing, guys. You gotta understand it's all a part of the process. It's all a part of the plan. And so where I am right now is that I actually think Shiba Inu is entering into a great liquidity zone. I think based off of what we saw back here with this move, this one, this little thing right there, that little move right there, there's a ton of liquidity between this little 2474 and 2166 level. And so I actually think there is a decent sized chance that Shiba Inu tries to find some support in this little zone and try to push back towards the upside. And so because of that, I am actually going to do a little tiny teensy bit of dollar cost averaging here. I think that although it is possible that Shiba Inu's price does collapse, right? It is possible that it falls below 2166 and comes back down towards, say, this ascending level of support right here. That's possible. I just don't think it's the most likely scenario. I give that maybe a 35-40% chance of happening. And so because of that, and since there is such a good amount of room here, I mean, Shiba Inu would still have to fall another 11 or 12% in order to come back down to this key level of support. I think there's a decent chance we find some support here. So for me personally, I'm looking for Shiba Inu to find some support anywhere between now and 2166. And the lower that it goes, I will be adding a little tiny amount to my bag just in case I am right and just in case this bad boy does push up. But quite frankly, considering the fact that we have have that inverse head and shoulders that we broke out of. We broke out of this descending channel. We have these breakout zones and targets towards the upside. Shiba Inu's price, guys, it could come all the way back down to that 175 level, and I really wouldn't care, because I do believe in a macro sense it's gonna establish a higher low. It will find some support, and it will try to push towards the upside over the long term. And so in the short term, it's all a matter of speculation and guessing. It doesn't really matter too much to me. I'm looking forward to this bad boy finding some support either here or there, and then using it to continue up towards our breakout zone in pursuit of that 4147 and 55 level. So overall, my primary focus of this video is just to say, hey, calm down, relax a little bit. There's no need to get stressed about this pullback. This is normal, this is healthy, it's natural, and this is what you should expect from the market. So get used to it and buckle up a little bit. And guys, I will also let you know, if you do find this information valuable, I do have a private community which is linked down below, and you can join it for as little as $1 a month. For $1 a month, you can join the community, you can talk to me, you can talk to other community members, and for $5 a month, you can get my thoughts and insights, extra messages and content. You can get daily fundamental analysis reports, daily technical analysis reports. I'm posting some crash courses for all of the members for technical analysis and fundamental analysis and stuff. So a ton of information there. So feel free to check that out down below. And I will remind you, I do have a second channel link down below as well, where we do some broad market coverage if you are interested in that. But overall, the last thing I will remind you guys, don't forget to check out that Margex link down below for if you do want to trade some Shiba Inu on up to 25x leverage and get up to $10,000 in bonuses and rewards. So overall, of course, I hope you guys have been enjoying the content recently. I've been posting a ton of videos every single day: Sui, Caspa, Solana, Shiba Inu, Bonk, and much more. So I plan on keeping it going. If you did enjoy, smash that like button, tune in later for another vid, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.